In 1962, American automakers were already deep into the horsepower war. These 7 cars proved their speed where it mattered most, the quarter mile. We start the countdown at number 7. Number 7, the 1962 Ford Galaxie 500 XL 406 stands as a full-size powerhouse. From the dawn of the horsepower war, under the hood, Ford's 406 cubic inch Tri-Power 5.8 delivered a factory-rated 405 horsepower and a massive 448 pound-feet of torque, paired exclusively with a 4-speed manual transmission and rear axle ratios ranging from 3.00 to 3.73. The Galaxie's heavy curb weight, tipping the scales at over 4,200 pounds with driver and fuel, meant that even with all that muscle, its best quarter-mile times hovered around 15.1 seconds at 93 miles per hour. As confirmed by both Overdrive magazine and NHRA stock class timing sheets, Ford's Total Performance campaign made this car a street-legal statement, but the sheer mass created a power-to-weight penalty that kept it trailing lighter rivals in real-world acceleration. The Galaxie 406 set the stage for the countdown, showing that brute force alone was not enough to dominate the quarter mile in 1962. Number 6, the 1962 Chevrolet Impala SS 409 brought big block bravado to the full-size street scene. At the heart of the legend sits the 409 cubic inch V8, a torque-rich powerhouse rated at 409 horsepower when ordered with the dual 4-barrel carburetor setup. That iconic 409 badge became a symbol of Chevrolet's drag strip ambitions, with period marketing and pop culture immortalizing its reputation. Buyers could pair the engine with either the smooth shifting 2-speed Powerglide automatic or the more aggressive 4-speed manual transmission, each influencing launch and elapsed times. With a curb weight of 4,120 pounds, the Impala SS was not light, but the combination of robust torque, positive traction rear end, and steep axle ratios gave it a real edge. Factory tests from Hot Rod and Road and Track clocked the big Chevy at 14.9 seconds in the quarter mile, trapping at nearly 98 miles per hour, enough to nudge past the Galaxie and cement the 409's place in American performance history. The Impala's blend of brute force and street style set the stage for the muscle car era and made quarter-mile bragging rights a Chevrolet tradition. Number 5, the 1962 Chevrolet Corvette. 327 fuel injection brought a different kind of firepower to the drag strip, a power-to-weight advantage that challenged the era's big block bruisers. With the Rochester mechanical fuel injection system feeding its 327 cubic inch small block V8, the Corvette produced a factory-rated 360 horsepower. Unlike the heavy sedans of the early horsepower war, the Corvette's fiberglass body and compact chassis trimmed curb weight to just 3,340 pounds. That combination paid off at the quarter mile, where period tests by Motor Trend clocked the fuel-injected model at 13.89 seconds at around 105 miles per hour, making it the first car in this countdown to break into the sub-14-second bracket. The solid rear axle and available 3-speed manual or turbo hydromatic automatic transmissions gave drivers flexibility, but it was the advanced fuel injection that set the Corvette apart, delivering crisp throttle response and consistent high RPM power. As the final year for the first-generation Corvette, 1962 marked the end of an era but also a turning point, showing that engineering finesse and smart use of technology could outpace brute torque alone. The Corvette 327 with fuel injection set a new standard for American sports cars and raised the bar for factory quarter-mile performance. Number 4, the 1962 Pontiac Catalina 421 Super Duty represents the peak of factory-backed drag racing ambition in a full-size American sedan. Beneath its understated exterior, the Catalina hid a 421 cubic inch V8 built for pure acceleration, a power plant loaded with forged pistons and rods, a heavy-duty crank, and a high-lift cam straight from Pontiac's Super Duty parts bin. Factory rated at 405 horsepower and 425 pound-feet of torque, this engine was mated to a 4-speed manual and a 3.73 rear axle, creating a drivetrain tailored for the strip.
The Super Duty package wasn't just about brute force, it was a carefully engineered homologation special produced in limited numbers to satisfy NHRA rules and give Pontiac a legitimate shot at quarter-mile glory. According to period road and track tests, the Catalina 421 Super Duty could blast through the quarter mile in 13.9 seconds at 107 miles per hour, an astonishing feat for a car tipping the scales at nearly 2 tons. With production numbers kept intentionally low, each Super Duty car became a collector's prize and a legend among drag racers. The Catalina's blend of factory race hardware, rarity, and real-world quarter-mile performance proved that even a big sedan could run with the fastest cars of 1962 when the right parts came from the factory. Number 3. The 1962 Shelby Cobra 260 changed the rules of American performance overnight. Carroll Shelby's vision paired a featherweight British AC Ace chassis with Ford's 260 cubic inch V8, creating a roadster that stunned the New York Auto Show crowd in April 1962. The Cobra's secret wasn't just its 260 horsepower rating, it was the astonishingly low curb weight, just 2,300 pounds. That combination produced a power-to-weight ratio of around 8.8 pounds per horsepower, a figure that left even the most muscular full-size sedans in the dust. Car and Driver's 1962 test clocked the Cobra at 13.8 seconds in the quarter mile, with a trap speed of 112 miles per hour. Those numbers put it deep into territory reserved for factory drag specials. A 4-speed manual gearbox and a 4.11 rear axle helped launch the Cobra hard, while the aluminum body and minimal interior kept inertia to a minimum. SCC, a timing sheets from Riverside backed up the legend, with sub-14-second ETs that proved the Cobra was more than just a showpiece. What set the Shelby apart wasn't brute force or massive displacement, but a new formula: American V8 power in a chassis barely tipping the scales. This was the moment when power to weight became the ultimate weapon, and the Cobra 260's quarter-mile punch paved the way for an entirely new era of American performance. As the countdown edges closer to the most extreme factory drag cars, the Cobra stands as the turning point. A roadster that could outrun Big Iron with finesse and raw acceleration. Number 2. The 1962 Dodge Dart 413 Max Wedge brought Chrysler's drag strip ambitions to the street in a way that redefined factory performance. This wasn't just a big block sedan, it was a purpose-built drag machine hiding in a mid-size body. The heart of the Dart Max Wedge was a 413 cubic inch V8, factory rated at up to 425 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque, thanks to heavy-duty internals, a high-lift cam, and dual 4-barrel carburetors. But what made the Max Wedge legendary was the Crossram intake manifold, a wild-looking setup that used long-tuned runners to boost high RPM breathing and maximize cylinder filling on the strip. Buyers could choose between the bulletproof Torque-A-Flight automatic or a 3-speed manual, with most cars ordered for racing equipped with aggressive 4.56 rear axle ratios, straight from the dealer's performance option number 27 sheet. Hot Rod Magazine's period tests clocked the Max Wedge Dart at around 13.75 seconds in the quarter mile, with trap speeds exceeding 106 miles per hour, numbers that put it deep into the mid-13-second range and well ahead of most full-size rivals. The Dart's lighter chassis gave it a crucial power to weight advantage, letting all that big block muscle launch hard and pull strong through the lights. Chrysler's Max Wedge program wasn't just about horsepower. It was about building a car that could dominate NHRA stock and super stock classes right off the showroom floor. The Dart's combination of factory-engineered drag hardware, real-world mid-13-second elapsed times, and a clear focus on quarter-mile supremacy set the stage for the even more extreme Fury Superstock that would follow. In 1962, the Max Wedge Dart proved that Detroit could build a street car with the soul of a dragster, and it stands today as a milestone in the dawn of American muscle. And finally, in first place, the 1962 Plymouth Fury Superstock 413 cubic inch Max Wedge stands alone as the ultimate factory drag special of its era. This was not just another big block street machine. It was a purpose-built weapon straight from the Chrysler engineers, designed to dominate the quarter mile with no apologies.
Under the hood, the 413 cubic inch Max Wedge 5.8 delivered a factory rating of 410 to 420 horsepower, thanks to its wild cross-ram dual quad intake and high-lift solid cam. But what truly set the Fury apart was its dedication to the strip. Aluminum hood, fenders, and bumpers shaved precious pounds, while heavy-duty suspension and a 4.56 rear axle ratio made every launch count. NHRA, Winter Nationals logs and road and track tests confirm the legend, with documented quarter-mile times as quick as 11.6 seconds at 117 to 120 miles per hour, a figure that left rivals chasing taillights. Only about 200 of these super stock Furies ever left the factory, each one a rare homologation special, built less for the boulevard and more for the winner's circle. Dealer brochures of the day boasted the Max Wedge's drag credentials, but it was the real-world acceleration and relentless engineering that made the Fury the fastest verified factory-backed car of 1962. In a year defined by the horsepower war, the Fury Super Stock 413 Max Wedge delivered the knockout blow, proving that when it came to quarter-mile supremacy, no other American car could touch its raw, factory-built speed. Across these 7 icons, one pattern stands out. In 1962, quarter-mile supremacy became the ultimate badge of automotive credibility. Factory engineering pushed boundaries, and raw acceleration rewrote what American cars could achieve. The legacy still ignites passion today. Which 1962 legend would you crown as king of the quarter mile?